Now this footage was shot earlier in the year when we had that real cold snap. As you can see, in this sort of weather the birds flock to the farmyards looking for any food that they can scrounge up in the cattle troughs, which can cause problems with the spread of disease and that to animals that are basically going into the human food market, because what the birds don't eat they dung over. Otherwise it probably wouldn't be a problem. But I'm watching these birds, they're about 35 yards away, and I'm trying to get a shot through this chain link fencing, but I suddenly notice that there's a bird sitting on a fence post to my right here out in the open, about 30 yards away. There you go, far easier shot. I go for a headshot, watch the branch just up above his head. Pellet cuts it clean in half after exiting. Now a wee while later I decided to go out and set up a dead jackdaw that I shot the day before as a decoy. Unfortunately for the camera I set it up right behind one of these steel stanchions. But it's not too long till they get noticed. I've set a wee bit of hide netting up here because I think the birds are starting to notice me looking out the back of this trailer, because it's so light with all this snow lying about. This bird decides to come down and see what the jackdaw's eating at. Now I think I've got a shot at him through this wire, but you know what thought did? Missed it, hit that bit of bull wire. Now this is a day or two later, the snow's all gone but it's still quite cold, and these jackdaws have come into the edge of these bushes. Now this is about 47 yards with my rangefinder. I'm using my Vermin FMR. That's putting out about 30 foot-pounds with .22 Bisley Magnums, so I'm just giving half an inch high there for a heart shot. He only got about 25 yards and dropped dead in the field behind the bush. And a wee while later I get another opportunity. This bird's about 40 yards. I have to wait now till he moves and I get a shot between them two branches in front of him. As you can see, I'm hiding in a cattle trailer this morning. There you go. You can see the pellet go straight to him. Now this is a morning, again a few days later on. It's just come light, but the birds are still merrily feeding away. This magpie is about 40 yards again. Hear the smack of that Bisley Magnum hitting them. Now this bird spied the magpie I've just shot, and he's scraping away in defiance. I'm trying to get a shot through this chain link fence and all the twigs and branches. I'm starting to dislike this wire. Now this is from a different vantage point inside another shed. Again, same shed but out a different hole. Headshot. Now I don't know where you call this bird, lucky or unlucky, but I missed wide with the first shot. I think there's some dead grass in front of the muzzle, so I rearranged myself to try and get a clear path of fire. Missed with the second shot. I think he moved just as I squeezed the trigger. Reload it. Bird's still not any wiser. Third time lucky. Now this bird was lucky. Just watch the branch in the foreground. Pellet took the loveliest little nick out of it.